Hello everyone, welcome to day 9th of April Leetcode Challenge and I hope all of you are having a great time. My name is Sanchit Udeja, I am working as software developer for at Adobe and today I present day 652 of daily Leetcode challenges. The question that we have in today is top k frequent elements. Here in this question we are given an array of integers and an integer value k. We need to identify the k most frequent elements. Also, the order is not important. You can return your result in any order. Let's walk through an example and let's get a good hold of the concept by that example. So here we can see the nums areas. We have 3 times 1, 2 times 2 and 1 times 3. We need to identify those two elements that occur most frequent times in this entire array. The first one would be 1 because that occurs 3 times. The second one would be 2 because that occurs 2 times. As a result of it, the output becomes 1, 2. You could have returned the result as 2, 1, 2. The order really doesn't matter. I'll be walking you through the example again by the presentation as well as the algorithm to go about it. So let's quickly hop onto it. Leetcode 347, top k frequent elements. It's a medium level question on Leetcode. However, since past 3 days we have been solving the same kind of a question based on Heap's concept, I can rate this question in easy category. Also, in case if you have any doubt or want to ask anything from me, please feel free to ping me on the Telegram group of Coding Decoded or the Discord server. Both the links are mentioned in the description below. Now let's get started with the actual algorithm, and as I've already told, we'll be using the heap concept in general to solve this question. I've slightly changed the test case so that we get a good variation of elements and you get a good hold of the concept. So the elements are as follows. We have 1, 3, 1, 5, 1, 2, 4, 5. And the value of k that we are interested in is 2. That means we are interested in finding out top 2 frequent elements. So as soon as you see the word frequency, the first thing that should come to your mind is a map. So let's go and create the frequency map of all the elements that are present in this array. So let's get started. What is the frequency of 1? The frequency of 1 is 1, 2, 3. So 1 occurs 3 times. Let's add it in our map. Next we have is 3. So 3 occurred only 1 time. Next we have is 2. 2 also occur only 1 time. Next we have is 4. 4 also occurs only 1 time. Next we have is 5. 5 occurs 2 times. Now we have successfully built our frequency map. What I'm going to do next, let's use a max heap kind of an approach. When I'm using max heap, whenever I'll pull out elements from it, the one with the maximum value will be pulled out. So what do? I create a priority queue and it will have two parts in it. It will be of integer type array, and the first index will store the element itself and the second index will store the frequency. So this is for the element value, this is for the frequency value, and we are going to create a max heap kind of a thing, and all the elements of this map will be added onto this priority queue. So once we have added all these elements into this priority queue, now it's really simple. We'll simply pull out two elements from this priority queue and our work is done. Since it's a max heap, the one where the maximum frequency lies will be pulled out first. As a result of which, what two elements will be pulled out? The first one would be this one, 1, 3, and the second one would be 5, 2. So we'll start building our answer, and the key here happens to be 1, so this is gone and we add it to our answer set. Now the next element that we pulled out would be this one, 5, 2, and we'll add 5, and our answer set is also finally built. We are very interested in identifying two elements and we have successfully built it. The time complexity of this approach is order of n log n because you are adding n elements in your max heap. Also the space complexity here is order of n. Why order of n? Because you are storing all the elements that are present in your map into the priority queue and then extracting the top k elements out of it. However, we can reduce the space complexity to order of k and the time complexity to order of n log k by using the min heap instead of max heap. How? Let's walk through the coding section and I'll explain how min heap is helping us over max heap to achieve better time and space complexity. So let's shoot for the coding part. Let's shoot for understanding the max heap solution first and then we will propose the min heap one. So here I've created a map, and this map will be acting as my frequency map, where it will store the frequency of all the elements that are present in my input array. Once I'm done with this, here I define my max heap using the priority key concept, and the generic type here is an integer array. And whenever I want to pull out elements from the priority queue, it will be decided on the first index of my elements that are present in it. Now let's go ahead and let's add all the elements that are present in my frequency map into the priority queue. Going ahead, I define my answer array, and while k is greater than 0, I pull out the topmost element of most frequency from my priority queue, and I extract its value using the 0th index. I assign it to k minus 1 index, and with each iteration I simply reduce the value of k. Once I'm done with this, I simply return the answer result. So let's try this up. Accepted, 42 times faster, which is pretty fine. And now let's shoot for updating this logic from max heap to min heap. So here the code update would be really simple. You just replace a with b, and this will update the priority queue from max heap to min heap. Now the other interesting change that we are going to do, whenever the size of my max heap, min heap, gets greater than k, that simply means I want to reduce the size of my min heap back to k. And how can I do that? I'll simply delete an element from it. And which element will be deleted? The one which has least frequency. That's it. This is the code change which is required to be done in order to reduce the time complexity to n log k, because the size of the priority queue will never go beyond k. As a result of which, the space complexity also gets updated to order of k. So let's shoot for this and let's see whether it works or not. Oopsie, sorry. Accepted. This brings me to the end of today's session. I hope you really enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for viewing it. Have a great day ahead and stay tuned for more updates from Coding Decoded. I'll see you tomorrow with another fresh question, but till then, goodbye. Thank you.